you look at this group. I thought the comment from John Butler just definitively about Williams Nwaneri. I think the reporter tried to paint maybe a picture of doubt that Nwaneri was not going to maybe be on the field. And Butler kind of said, first of all, he is going to play for us.
He was almost like taken aback that was even a question being asked. He's like, he's going to play. Like,
he did indicate, though, that the Nwaneri that we're going to see this year isn't the Nwaneri you're going to see eventually.
So is it a James Williams version of a Nwaneri where he'll be in for key pass rush situations? Is that a realistic spot?
Yes, it is. Now, I would say this. The Nwaneri discussion is profoundly interesting to me because of this. He is young. He's a redshirt freshman, right? He's getting paid a lot, though. So the money, as it usually does in this world, complicates the discussion. And so there's a segment, you see it on our message boards, and you hear it from fans that, wait a second, this guy's got to be good right away. We're paying him a lot of money. No, I mean, not necessarily. Just think about, you guys can think of obvious examples. The one that's most obvious is Sue. What was Sue like as a sophomore? Didn't really come on till late in the year,
Not
right?
The same guy he was even as a junior.
Right.
Didn't come on until late his junior year because he tore his ACL in that offseason. He had
was that late his junior year that he came on?
Yeah, I would say he started to come on in November because he had an injury that would take like a full year, and he came back on it. Like Barney Cotton in my book interview mentioned that about Sue. Like he came back off the type of injury he had quicker than he's ever seen any player ever. And it took him the first part of that season to kind of get full strength.
But we weren't talking about Sue as a sophomore much, right?
I do remember the game in USC in 06.
Okay.
Like he was out there when they were playing in the Coliseum, and I can still recall Musburger like, oh, and there's the young man at Dominican Sue. And like he made a big play in that game, and you could always see it, but it never really clicked until that November of maybe his junior year.
Well, see, now we're talking about redshirt freshmen. I mean, what's he going to be like in 2 years? Now, again, now that the money comes in, it changes the conversation. But the last thing I'd say is Ty Robinson really didn't get really good until fifth year, sixth year. Fifth year, sixth year. You got to still give people time, I think.
Yeah, you do, but you're right. It's a whole much more complicated discussion now where you're committing those types of financial resources to a player. You're not paying them that much to be like a long-term project, right? You got to compete because you only have so much money that you can spend.
Right.
And if you're giving that to some depth guy, that's a problem because then that's taking away what you give your front line. So like you expect guys that are making that much money to contribute immediately, which I think unfairly ramps up the expectation for when a player is supposed to, their production timeline where it's ramped up a few years.
I wish Pat Stewart was sitting right here, Nebraska's general manager, to have that. What would his take on this be?
Yeah. How do they handle that?
Would he even share it? I mean, sometimes you just don't even.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Patriot way.
No, I mean, I think with Nwaneri, that opening game at Arrowhead, Kansas City boy back home in Arrowhead, you hope it kind of lights something in him on that stage. Like this 5-star guy, when there's a big pass rush situation, like it's going to hopefully mean a ton to him to be out there on that field in Kansas City for his first game as a Nebraska Cornhusker.
Yeah, I mean, but some of it, Sean, it can light that can happen. But if he's just not developed the way some players need development. We see it all the time.
Yeah, what are his pass rush moves like?
Right.
I mean, it's going to be easy to scout.
We see it all the time. We see players develop at different levels all the time. They don't always come on like you think they were going to come on. I can't think of any great. Ozigbo strikes me as that guy. When Ozigbo got here, he wasn't that good, but by the time he left, he was averaging 7 yards a carry. They're on and on. There's guys, and they develop at different rates, and it's not always very predictable.
A lot of times recruiting profile is based on what they can be, not what they are and what their immediate impact is going to be. That applies to some guys like Jeremiah Smith, but other guys like, it's like this guy, we see him as a future like NFL All-Pro, but that doesn't mean he's ready to come and be a day one starter as a college freshman. So like that kind of skews expectations a little bit too, where like not all 5 stars are created equal.
Nope.
You're listening here to the Husker Online shows. We talk defense. I think the linebacker position, and Sip and I hit on this on Monday a little bit, but Vincent Shavers, I think just how they use him, how they use McGahee, how they use McCullough, those to me are like the interchangeable parts in John Butler's toolbox.
Yes. He's going to be challenged to use them correctly. Robin pointed out in your rundown of Saturday night that the 3 linebacker stars were McCullough. It was McCullough, Watson, Trent,
Right.
Right.
Javen
Javen Wright. The guy that we're really high on is Vincent Shavers. Well, Shavers is probably best as a edge rusher and blitzer of those guys. Now inside run, what that tells you is Marquise Watson, Trent, and Javen Wright probably have an edge on Vincent Shavers in the inside run game, inside fits. Jacob Bauer might have a little bit of a
But
edge
not a
on
great pass coverage guy, probably.
Right. So it is about getting the right guy in the right field at the right time.
Imagine,
group.
Robin, a pass rush scenario with Williams Nwaneri and Vincent Shavers coming off the edges.
with McCullough.
With McCullough.
With
or
Keanu
McGahee.
I mean, they've got pieces. That's like the biggest reason for optimism about that front 7 defensively is like you have so many athletes and so much potential. Can it live up to their can they reach their potential and play the way that they're capable of playing?
Oh, it's a lot of it is it's Butler getting the right guys in the right field at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Shavers, I did see him come off the edge on a play, and it is jaw dropping. Woo!
He's a good looking athlete.
Oh God, he's a beautiful blitzer.
I like too how they're moving guys around, kind of like you saw. Remember, like Randy Gregory back in the day, where he'd kind of like just kind of roam around the line of scrimmage and like try to find a weak point and attack it. So I think that's one way. When you have athletes like that, exploit the mismatch, find the mismatch, and attack it.
Yep. My favorite Pelini defensive game was the Michigan State game in 2011 with Kirk Cousins, 11 a.m. top 10 type game. And they brought out that look where all the front 7 guys stood up. And,
That's right.
And they were just running around and dancing. And
It worked.
And Kirk Cousins, Michigan State, had no idea what to do. And sometimes
great memory, Sean.
They wouldn't even bring people. It was like they'd have everybody running around doing a fire drill, and Cousins is like pointing this, that, trying to point, and then they would just drop back. I mean, but then when
2011,
the 2011 Michigan State game.
Give me some personnel. Do you remember?
Well, you had Eric Martin, I think, on that. Yeah, Eric Martin, Randy Gregory. No, Randy Gregory would not have been on that defense. I apologize. Randy Gregory Cameron Meredith was on that defense.
Yeah, I put you on the spot. That's my bad. It wasn't was it a good personnel?
Levante was on that defense.
Oh, that's pretty good. I can't. All those years are run together in my
2011 had some guys, and it was a 9-3 team. And the week before, they had dropped that very disappointing game to Northwestern.
You know what? That's actually a good comparison. I mean, because they have guys like what you're talking about,
Eric Martin,
that can mess with you.
Like Eric Martin, I believe I want to say he had 10 sacks in 2011.
For sure had 8.5.
And
I don't know if he ever got double digits.
Guy by the name of Levante David on that defense.
Yeah. Too. Give me some other names. You got them?
Jason Anker, Jared Crick, Terrence Moore, Thad Randall, Baker Steinkooler.
Give me some
Martin, Cam Meredith. Let's see who are line, but Will Compton.
David, see those are guys. That was a good defense.
I want to say Crick was hurt though for a lot of that 2011 year.
Sean Fisher.
What a memory. Now, see, they have some guys that you can. What if they have McGahee out there? Well, I mean, they have so many. If McGahee, Wright, and McCullough are out there, that's problems. I mean. And that's not even I'm not even named Shavers. Again, it's how do you get the right guys out there?
Yeah, can you disguise those pressures where it looks like 6 are coming, but you only bring 4?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you hope John Butler and Phil Snow are elite.
Well, their resume suggests elite. Butler's run at Buffalo was elite as a secondary coach. It was elite.
Their development was really good in that secondary.
Yeah.
Phil Snow at Baylor. Pretty elite.
Snow at Baylor was elite. They do have elite minds. They gotta. I mean, they really have to put some stuff together.
Hell, Snow coach Pat Tillman.
And listen, we always talk. One thing we never talk about. We talk about the D line as maybe the greatest vulnerability on this team. Rule's a D line coach at his core.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if anybody can kind of help solve this, it's, I would think, a rule led program. Wouldn't you say rules he has coached D line.
It's a vulnerability just because we don't know.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a little
unknown.
youth though. Some of it's young.
But these young guys at this age, you could argue are further ahead than like where Nash and Ty were at the same age.
The potential of this group up front is through the roof.
But potential,
None of them have done it yet. That's
Right.
the problem.
and they're going to be better as time goes, but they
Right.
need them now. They don't need. I mean, Keona Davis is going to be really good, probably right away. But then think about how good he's going to be in 2 years.
Think how expensive it's going to be each year to keep.
Oh God, yes. Keona Davis is going to make a lot of money here if he wants to. That's my prediction. He'll be a millionaire when he walks off this campus if he wants
Just
to.
looking at him eyeball test, he's as
Woo!
impressive as anybody.
Oh God, yeah.
There's a reason they fought so hard to keep him.
Yeah.
I get it. He looks
Oh,
the part.
I don't know is he a millionaire now?
I don't know about that. I wouldn't say that.
He'll be a multi-millionaire.
You wonder who tampered behind the scenes to get him in the portal initially, because somebody had to get him in the portal. Well, why did he enter the portal? He was
I hear you.
he was
Right. Somebody's
forced
tampering.
to go to the portal.
Right. And he got yeah. By the time he leaves here, and he's not the only one. Van Poppel could be that guy too.
Yeah.
Nwaneri could be. They're going to have to
Yeah,
pay a
you're
lot of
awesome.
money
Yeah.
to their D line. I think.
I'll take Cade Pedshock, the young incoming. He looked good, and it is Pedshock, by the way.
Pet shock. Okay.
It's I double. I heard somebody mispronounce it, and I'm like, wait a minute. I've been saying it Pedshock, and that's the proper pronunciation.
They got a lot of young linemen that if they're as good as we think, they're going to have to get paid.